Sri Lanka is a tropical paradise, situated in the Indian Ocean, located below the Indian subcontinent. It is blessed with pristine beaches, rich rainforests, and beautiful hill country, attracting tourists from all over the world. Here in Ratnapura, you can find one of the many treasures Sri Lanka has to offer: gemstones. Gemstones are naturally occurring minerals found under the Earth's surface that are formed over centuries by natural heat and pressure. Their rarity and natural beauty, as well as certain mystical characteristics, make them extremely sought after and valuable. Sri Lanka is blessed with ideal geological conditions, providing a perfect blend of chemistry, heat, pressure, and time for the gem crystals to form in gravels. Historically, the country has always been famous for its exquisite stones. Famous historians like Marco Polo and Ptolemy both make mention of the famous jewels of Serendip, and traders have visited this paradise isle since time immemorial. Mining gemstones from the earth is a very long and strenuous process. The mining process in Sri Lanka is largely done on a small scale, with little use of heavy machinery or large open mines, and is for the most part quite eco-friendly. Gemstone mining in Sri Lanka is mostly from secondary deposits and yields over 70 varieties of gemstones and minerals like sapphires, rubies, cat's eyes, spinels, garnets, beryls, tourmalines, topaz, and quartz. Mines are usually structured around a bamboo shaft that goes deep into the ground and branches out into several smaller tunnels that are dug in search of gem deposits. The mines are typically a 2 by 2 square pit with a depth of between 5 to 25 meters, although some mines are as deep as 50 meters. The miners have to endure limited oxygen, small tunnels, and intense heat and humidity to find and mine prospective gem deposits. Once the deposit is identified, the miners dig and collect the soil to send it to the surface. This collected soil is then taken to a nearby river, where miners will wash and sift through the earth in order to find any potential gemstones. This process of mining and washing is repeated daily until the mine is exhausted and properly closed up in accordance with the local environmental regulations. However, collecting these rough precious stones is only the beginning of a very sophisticated process. The rough gemstones that come out of the mines then have to be expertly cut by master precision cutters. Gem cutting is a science and an art, depending largely on experience as well as on skill and expertise. Sri Lanka has a highly trained and skilled gem cutting industry to cut rough gemstones into fine masterpieces. These fine gemstones are often exported as single individual pieces. However, more recently, the Sri Lankan jewellery industry has grown exponentially, raising its benchmark to international standards and competing on the global scale with international brands. Jewellery is manufactured in two ways at Zam Gems: jewellery crafted by hand and jewellery made by wax casting. The handcrafted jewellery is a traditional method of jewellery making, created from scratch and tailored to perfection. Handcrafted jewellery is made from scratch, starting with the melting of gold bars in an open furnace of intense heat. Once it reaches its melting point, the metal liquid is poured into a mold and cooled, producing malleable gold rods. These rods are flattened and lengthened to an ideal size for a particular piece of jewellery. An expert craftsman cuts these rods and solders them into a single component of the required shape, and then proceeds to insert and set the gemstones. Once the piece is assembled, it is then meticulously polished by hand until the glistening metal reveals itself. Upon setting the gemstones, the piece is dipped into a plating solution in order to plate the gold for long-lasting durability and shine, in a process known as electroplating. Electroplating applies a layer of rhodium-based coating solution on top of the gold for long-lasting shine and durability. The wax casting process is a relatively new manufacturing method that is used to create jewelry frames through the use of CAD technology. This method involves using AutoCAD-generated wax models of designs and plaster of Paris to create gold jewelry in the shape of the wax masterpiece. Before reaching the showroom, the completed jewelry pieces are sent to the laboratories, where they undergo a variety of tests to ensure they are genuine and to inspect their quality and characteristics. Our laboratory staff are certified alumni members of the Gemological Institute of America and inspect these exquisite gemstones with a multitude of tests to produce a certificate of authenticity that accompanies every piece sold at Zam Gems. They test the stone's authenticity through chemical composition, refractive indices, inclusions, and judge the color grade. Zam Gems is synonymous with the very best of gemstones mined in Sri Lanka and is one of the leading exporters of precious stones and jewelry in the country. Zam Gems has enjoyed tremendous success in over 40 years of business due to its commitment to sourcing a variety of the finest gemstones Sri Lanka has to offer and combining them with skilled artisan design and workmanship to create exquisite pieces. Today, Zam Gems is a proudly recognized Ceylonese brand with a strong customer following from around the world, from gem connoisseurs in Japan to China to the United States and Europe. The staff at Zam Gems are a highly trained and well-experienced team who are familiar with many global cultures and tastes and fluent in a variety of different languages. Their experience in dealing with many different international customers makes them best equipped to help answer any questions you may have and professionally guide you through your purchasing experience. Zam Gems was established in 1974 as a small sole proprietorship under the chairman Zam Refai. Originally specializing in sourcing fine gems, Mr. Refai quickly developed a passion for jewelry and had a dream to develop the local jewelry industry, bringing it up to standard with the major jewelry houses of Europe like Graf and Bulgari, who all being supplied stones from Sri Lanka. He wanted to sell fine quality Sri Lankan gems and jewelry. His dream was taken further by his son and managing director Ahsan Refai, who grew Zam Gems into a major international jewelry brand. Under his watch, Zam Gems established a presence in Japan, Maldives, Malaysia, Qatar, China and the UAE. The company has developed immensely since its inception, presently operating 14 jewelry retail outlets in upmarket locations across Sri Lanka and participating in leading gem and jewelry shows across the world, from the USA, France, China and Japan. The focus on quality and high standards has seen Zam Gems gain wide recognition, with Zam Gems receiving ISO 9001-2015 certification in 2017 and winning consecutive consumer, industry and export awards over the years. From the pits of the Ratnapura mines to the shelves of the Zam Gem stores around the world, the art of jewelry manufacturing is an astounding process. Ingrained with history, craftsmanship and passion, Zam Gems offers exquisite and unique jewelry that give their customers a timeless piece of serendip spirit.